And it says, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. You know, that was that manna. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. I mean, I've got the list of verses and cross-references here to show you. Just for the sake of time, we're not going to rehash all that. You should know these things already here. These are elementary things that happened to the church in the wilderness when they went over to the other side of the Red Sea. They had these instances where they were murmuring and complaining, but then they got manna. God took care of them and gave them manna to eat. He gave them water out of a rock so they could drink. Now that rock was Christ, right? And if you read the Old Testament and you just do a word search on the word rock, and you study the word rock, it's all about God, it's all about Jesus Christ, all the way through there. But then all of a sudden, Matthew 16, it's Peter. You know, all of a sudden it's Peter now. So every other place it's God, but just there it's Peter. Paul just says the rock was Christ anyway. And in chapter 3, he said there's no other foundation that man can lay but that which is already laid, which is Christ.
Amen.
Jesus Christ is the foundation.
Amen.
I'll give you a little hint when you're talking to people that think that rock was Peter. Let's just pretend, just give them the argument. Okay, it's Peter. You win, it's Peter. And Peter was foundational in the church because he was the first to preach to the Jews, Acts chapter 2, and he was the first to preach to the Gentiles, Acts chapter 10. Does that mean it ended with Peter? Didn't other guys preach the same gospel? Didn't other people get saved by other? Of course he was foundational. He was at the beginning of the church. Doesn't mean that everything is through Peter forever more. He wasn't even the bishop of his own church, let alone the bishop of Rome.
Right, amen.
And we prove that to you in the Bible. But that rock was Christ.
Amen.
He's the rock.